Maybe you're like me, brought up with humble beginnings. Hey, I don't have a lot in common with Jesus, but that is one thing we have in common. Let's talk about it in your morning cup of inspiration. Thanks for joining me. Yes, Jesus was born in very humble beginnings in Bethlehem, that little town, where most people would have thought a king should have been raised or brought up in Jerusalem. Well, listen what the Bible tells us about that in 1 Corinthians. It's the first chapter, 27th verse. For God's chosen the foolish things of the world to put to shame the wise. And he's chosen the weak things of the world to put to shame the things which are mighty. See, God allowed Jesus to be born and raised in humble beginnings because that brought him more glory. Look where Jesus started. And look where he ended as King of Kings and Lord of Lords. I was brought up in a little town in Iowa, 6,000 to 8,000 people, and on the edge of the farmlands. And I actually went to a high school called Cowpie High. That was my humble beginnings. But you know, God didn't stop me there. He allowed me, even from my humble beginnings, to be able to manage hundreds of people at a time. I was able to sing in a group on national television for 8 years. I've been able to consult with hundreds and hundreds of churches. Now I have opportunity to minister to thousands through Fearless Faith. God has used my humble beginnings to allow me to do more and more. And I don't say any of those things proudly, but I just say those that you would understand and realize. Maybe you have humble beginnings. Maybe you have allowed the low points in your life to keep you from accomplishing the things that God can and want to do in your life. So can I encourage you to not let the low points of your life, do not let where you started from to keep you from ending up where God wants you to end up. God used those humble beginnings of Jesus' life and took him to fulfill his ultimate divine purpose. And I'm praying that God will continue to use me to fulfill my ultimate divine purpose. Can I challenge and encourage you this morning? Don't let those things in your past, don't let the humble starts, don't let the weaknesses, don't let the fear keep you from fulfilling God's purpose in your life. Let me leave you with this last verse. 2 Corinthians 12th chapter says, my grace is sufficient for you, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. He can fulfill his purpose through your weakness if you'll let him. God bless. Thanks for joining me for that morning cup of inspiration, and we'll see you next time.